What's happening, guys? Welcome back. I'm diving into another Haze Bomb from Old Nation. This beer actually was very tough to find last week. I was in Miami when this beer was released, so I got back a little bit later than I like to try to find it. When I went looking for it at the stores, it was already sold out, but lucky for me, in Northern Michigan, they got another batch of this dropped, and it is my. If you guys want to know, me. Fine, Michigan, but it is supposed to be my, because, oh my, this is 10.8% ABV. 10% wasn't good enough. They had to throw the 0.08 on the end of that. So guys, fun fact, again, this was tough to find, but I did get my hands on it today, time of recording, which is the 10th. I'm going to drop this review for you guys tonight, because I think a lot of people are interested in this one. And reaching further back in the history books here, there was a collaboration beer between Old Nation and Foundation Brewing in, I want to say, 2018. It was called NEIPA, which was also a triple New England style, again in collaboration with a brewing company from Maine, Portland, Maine. Strange, because that beer was 10%. I think it was 10.03%. This one's 10.08. I want to say that this is going to be an extremely similar recipe. I do not remember that one. I think I ranked it like a 4 out of 5, maybe a 4.25 out of 5. I really don't remember. I went to Untappd the other day to look, but I'm not going to go back to it. I think it's the same recipe. They're using a lot of the same hops here, malts, if you will, the Pils malt, the wheat. I think there was also Magnum, Citra, and Chinook, and Crystal hops in that one. Of course, it was a collaboration between the two, but I don't know. I want to say that that was mostly Old Nation. I could be wrong, but it's almost like they've redone this recipe now. I don't know. I can't say that. I can't be quoted because I actually don't know, but just a fun fact, it seems like they've done this beer once before in 2018, guys. So this is called the My. That was a long intro. This was canned on 2/7/23, which was 3 days ago. Wow, that is crazy. That is one thing that's awesome about Old Nation, is they get their beers to distribution very quickly to Imperial Beverage. Amazing job, Travis at Old Nation and Imperial, for picking it up and getting it to their clients. Great job. So again, we're going to dive into the My. That was a big intro, guys. I just wanted to give you some backdrop on this beer. We have proper glassware, by the way, from Old Nation. Let's go to a pour. What are you doing?
You're not divorced.
Oh, it looks like we have a special guest. I thought you were messing up my video.
No.
What's up? It's Danny.
Hi.
See, some of you asked, is Danny still alive? Are we still together? Yes, me and Danny are still together. It's my wife. She's pregnant.
I'm just not drinking.
Not yet, but you'll be back one day.
Yeah. Soon.
You guys are lucky. She just hit me on the fly. I wasn't expecting that. I thought she ruined the video. So you've seen Danny now. That was a nice little teaser also. You get some Danny in your life. Okay, as we go to a pour. Super murky, turbid, golden, dark yellow, like golden hazy bomb. I love it. This is about as golden as it gets. It was pretty thick when I poured too. I did a little roll, got some of the particulate out of it. Not a huge head, but this is 10%. It's pretty foamy. It's pretty white and fluffy as well. And I don't know, it's 10%. I don't know how big this head's going to be or how long it's going to hang on for, but this is a New England style, guys. It's coming in at 50 IBUs as well. So let's go to an aroma. I can already smell just fruity passion fruit. Yeah, there's a whole ton of things going on here. There's like this fruity tart passion fruit a little bit. You've got like orange marmalade. You've got like juicy mimosa OJ kind of vibes, but a little bit of that alcohol maltiness too. It's quite piney and sweet green honey, I would say. Wow. It's like my nose is acclimating. It smelled sharp. Now it seems like it's evening out. It's getting a little bit more calm to the aroma. A little bit of like earthy dankness, I guess, like a little bit of peachy cantaloupe. But again, it's very vibrant. It's bright. It's aromatic. It smells big for being a New England style. It smells like not 10%. It smells like it'd be like 8-9%. If that makes any sense. So guys, let's dive in. It's the My. See what we like about this one. Let's see the pros and cons. Let's check it out. Let's break it down. Cheers. Ooh, that's juicy. Juicy mangoes. Juicy papayas. Again, that orange mimosa thing. Like that OJ plus a little bit of the ethanol, like alcohol heat. I get a little bit of it, but it blends right into piney bitterness on the back end, reminding you it's still an IPA, which I like. There's this thick, malty underbody that's like sourdough white bread forwardness. And again, that fruity kind of almost like passion fruit guava thing is on there. It's slightly tart and acidic. But it feels big. It's kind of creamy and fluffy at the same time in that malty mouthfeel. But again, it rounds out really nice on the back end. You get some of that honey piney bitterness. Maybe a dash of grapefruit as well on the back end. Let's dive back in. My. That's a pretty good sip. There's a little bit of the alcohol heat. This is very cold right now. Not very cold. It's cold enough. And I can feel a little bit of that ethanol, just a dash, but 10%, this is creeping over 10%. The drinkability still on point. I like that it's still juicy and kind of sweet in the front, but balances out and has bitterness still to even out that sweetness and the maltiness through the middle. Kind of finishes lighter than the front and middle start and kind of go through halfway. I like the way it finishes. It finishes a lot lighter and fluffier than 10%. Pretty dangerous stuff, actually. Again, slightly acidic. It's got like tangerine, orange, marmalade, jammy vibes. There is an abundance of grapefruit, pink, ruby, red grapefruit. And then also you're getting like this dank apricot, cantaloupe, and juicy mango combination. There's a lot of different things you could put together, but those are the key notes that I want to tell you guys that, yeah, this thing is drinkable, it's dangerous, and it's got a lot of fruit forwardness while being still an IPA on the back end, somewhat dry, little bit of herbaceousness, but just a kiss of it, not much. I want to say that this is like a fruitier Boss Tweed, like with a passion fruit guava mixture put into it. So it reminds me a lot of Boss Tweed, but like almost like a guava version, which there was, but also more citrus, more stone fruit, and more tropical than the actual guava Boss Tweed. This has a little bit more grit. It has a little bit more maltiness to it, but at the same time, still drinks very well, like a 9.3 Boss Tweed. It drinks smaller than what it is. Still a little dash of that ethanol heat from that alcohol, but it's so fruity and bright that you ignore it. You don't pay attention to it. The drinkability kind of shows itself. And the best part is it's getting softer as I drink it. My palate's adjusting to this rush of hops, this rush of malt, this rush of citrus and stone fruit and tropical. It's feeling more creamy and subtle on my tongue. So there's a lot going on in here, guys. The drinkability's on point, like I've been saying. It's still an IPA while being a triple IPA, without being too overdone or too ridiculous for this recipe. It seems like they did this very nicely and very well. It seems like this could be close to the old recipe that was that collaboration. I don't remember, but I think it's slightly different, but I think it's very close. I can't be quoted, but I think it's very close to that original recipe of the MEMI. I don't know, do you guys remember that one? Let me know if you've had it. Are you guys going to look for this one? Again, this is going to be pretty hard to get, but they dropped it again, so you should be able to find it. Friends have told me they've had it, and this is coming in around $17.99 for a 4-pack, guys. So that's kind of what it is. Any final thoughts? Let me see. More grapefruit than I originally thought. That's in there. It's quite juicy. And then again, adds to the bitterness on the back end. A little bit of that sour, like guava, passion fruit, and grapefruit actually are very predominant. But yeah, it's really good. And my palate's adjusted nicely to this. Maybe a little lemon peel in there as well. Solid stuff, man. Really solid. Let's give this a 4.3 out of 5. Pretty crazy. You have to respect the 10%. I don't know why it had to be 10.08%, but it is. So You heard it here, guys. It is what it is. It's been the My. Thanks for being here. I dropped this for you tonight just so you could get my opinion. Thanks for being here. I'm Dan. Catch you in the next review, guys. Cheers.